Yes, everybody, good evening. My name is Stephen Howson. This is a little bit of transfer talk. Hope everybody is doing all right, that I'm in focus, that my sound works, and there's, I don't know, no other generic fuck-ups that we regularly get. Hope everyone's doing all right. How are you dealing with the lockdown? Another week of lockdown. Are you getting through it all right? Do you feel good? Are you just ready to just fucking lose your mind? Because I feel like mine's slipping away. I'm going to be honest with you. Feels like reality is slipping away a little bit. I am fully in Groundhog Day mode. Just ready to lose my shit, really, at any point whatsoever. Madness. So good evening, everybody. Everyone's in the comments saying hello, hello, hello. Give it a like. Give it a share if you don't mind. And then we'll get talking about what we're going to be talking about. Ali says, is the extra Patreon content available to be played through YouTube, or is it only on the Patreon website? It is a YouTube video. It's unlisted, and you get the link over there in Patreon. Hello from United fans in Moldova. That's a first. Don't reckon I've ever seen a Moldova before, but welcome, Andre. And Breens says Grealish is crap. We'll get into that. And every day is repetitive. It is. I'm trying to make it different. I'm trying to make it feel different. Hopefully got an ex-United player on Monday for the warm down. And I reckon he's got some of the juiciest stories to tell us. So make sure to check out for that. TB says, give a shout out to Graeme Souness. Do you know what? I'm going to do more than that. I'm going to fucking rip into him again. Again, Graeme Souness finds his way into one of our videos. Again. Boubacar's in from Mali. Wow. Isn't it mad? Are you just watching some knobhead from Droylsden from Moldova and Mali? I don't even know where Mali is. And California, I do know where that one was. And the finance pause was minty, says Crazed Monkey. Right, before further ado, let's get into this one. And that shirt looks like our treble Champions League kit. Does a little bit, doesn't it? Might have influenced why we chose it. I'm going to be honest with you. Righty. Any news on those rum tumblers? Yeah, the guys at Terry said they can do it. And obviously we got a logo as well, didn't we? So anyway, right, come on, let's get into this. Jackie Grealish, this fella here, upon my left, I guess. My left, you're right. According to Laurie Whitwell, our kid, Man United are still very much in a hunt for Jack Grealish and could potentially get Grealish slightly cheaper in a deflated transfer market following the current pandemic. United are in a decent position coming out of the crisis, perhaps an offer in certain circumstances more money up front rather than it staggered out, so the player would come at a lower cost. That was on the Talk of the Devils podcast. Bleacher Report are also going with Jack Grealish and Borussia Dortmund winger Jadon Sancho are two players that will be pursued above all others in next transfer window. That I find very interesting. That I do find very interesting. Romano I'm still working on. He said he'll do it. I'm sure he'll do it. The fact that they're both going for it means that they're not on the same list. I like that, because I didn't think they was on the same list. I did think they were different players that was going to be brought in. Looking at the Jude Bellingham stuff as well, I'm not going to talk about Jude Bellingham tonight, or I don't have a screen for him at least to be talking about Jude Bellingham tonight. If we had a window where we brought in Grealish, Sancho, Jude Bellingham, and let's just say Upamecano, I don't think we're going to, but let's just say that we did. Fucking hell, that's a window setting us up for future success, isn't it? Big time. That is a right window. Do we have it in us? Honestly, I don't know. Honestly, I doubt it, because that would involve some serious amount of competency. And I'm going to be honest, I'm still hurt from previous windows. I don't have the full confidence that this is going to go down exactly as everyone thinks it's going to go down. I still have a little bit of pullback where I go, I've been hurt before, and I don't want to get hurt again. So always be a little bit more cautious, because anything that can go wrong will go wrong. Murphy's Law, you know it. If you don't, you probably soon will. Paul Merson's been talking. Make it out what you will. He says he's a very special player, comfortable on the ball and very gifted. Personally, I think he'd be a massive asset for any club in the Premier League. And then who the fucking hell do you reckon said this? I think he needs to see the picture quicker, move it quicker. I think there's something that he needs to address, or he'll end up going the road of Jack Wilshere, where he'll get a lot of injuries. He's got to learn to move the ball quicker. You let me know in the comments who you think was fucking saying that about Jack Grealish as I pull up Grealish's injury record. So he was out for 4 days with a fever in August, and that was it last season. Prior to that, he was out with a shin bone injury for a couple of months at the tail end of previous season. Prior to that, he had a kidney problem. It's not something that's going to recur, is it? And then he missed a couple of games with an ankle, a couple of games with tonsillitis, and a couple of games... Oh, this is all the way back in 2015. Right. The fuck are you on about? It was Graeme Souness, by the way. Of course it was Souness. I think he needs to see the picture quicker, move it quicker. I think there's something that he needs to address, or he'll end up going, what the fuck, Graeme? Someone get this motherfucker some pills. Honestly. He's already started talking shit about Jadon Sancho. He's already talking shit about Jack Grealish. He's fucking scared. He's fucking scared. A fucking silly old cunt. Oh my God. I hope we get him. I hope we get him because he'll turn the colour of this shirt just fuming about it. Absolute fucking wet wipe. He is... Honestly, he's obsessed, isn't he? Graeme, we're not friends, but here's some friendly advice for you. Go get a hobby because you're getting so wound up at football, looking at footballers that are just way more talented than you ever was. Now, you achieved a lot in your career for a thug, but don't get it fucking twisted, my mate. You are a fucking thug. You are a fucking thug. Absolutely. Right, next one that we're going to be talking about then is... I don't know how long you've been watching my videos, but if you've never heard me fawning over this motherfucker, you're about to. So, United's hopes of signing the midfielder have been diminished after Atletico Madrid demanded the full £135 million release clause is met. The midfielder is a top target for Solskjaer side, with a club prepared to bid up to £70 million, as well as offer him a huge salary, according to the Daily Mail. It was claimed last week that United were hopeful of signing the player on the cheap, having believed Atletico could sell for less due to their current financial situation. This is in Marca. United are eyeing the deal for Saul, who flourished at Atletico under Diego Simeone in recent years, while Pogba was chasing a move away in the Express, that is. Everything seems in this deal to hinge on whether Pogba stays or goes. To be honest, I don't think we will go for the full... I don't think he will go for the full fee. I think that any selling club has to go, do you know what? We want the full fee. Oh, did you expect Atletico to bang a tweet out saying, we'll stick a fucking ribbon on him for you, United? Come get him. They fuck. I'm going to say that, are they? The start point is your highest point of negotiation. You got to anchor a fee to somebody. This is classic negotiation 101, right? If you go and buy a house is, let's say it's 100 grand, right? Your house. You want to go buy a house, they put it on the market. Oh, Ben's just sent me one of these fucking things. I played with Ben Techie, John Joe Shelby, Milner, Giggs, Rashford, Rooney. Who am I? I don't fucking care. That's who you are. And it's probably like Boris Johnson or something. Every fucking time he does me with these. Absolute knob jockey. Right. If you go in to buy your house, it's on the market for 100 grand. The buyer has established the value at being 100 grand. They might accept 70. You're not going to go in and offer more than 100 grand. So 100 grand is then putting out their baseline. The only time you go in that is you get into a bidding war. That's not likely. Especially when there's a release clause. So they have to come out and set their stall out and go, we want 135 million. Then you have to go and start talking to him. If he's been anchored to being a 135 million pound player, which, you know what, I fucking love the guy, but he's not. He really isn't. He shouldn't be that side of 100. If it was in the 70, 80, 85, I might even go to 90 because I got carried away one night and we just went, fuck it. Went to the casino and got all excited. But if it's over that side of 100, it's fucking nuts. Atletico have to set their stall out and say, this is a 100 million pound player or 100 million euro player or whatever the fuck you want to say. and then someone comes in on the back end of that. United now can't go in. Prior to this, because of what had just happened with Bruno Fernandes, because of what potentially could happen with Partey, United can go in and say, we'll take Partey for 50. But to be honest, I'd rather you keep Partey, maybe give him a new deal. What if we take Saul? Well, Saul's probably just a little bit better than Partey, so we'll give you 60 million. Is he nearly 3 times the player Thomas Partey is? No. Is he nearly 3 times the player that Bruno Fernandes is? No. Is he nearly double the player Paul Pogba is? No. So why are we paying that fee for him? He's on a long contract. He's got a good reputation, and you're buying him from his home nation. Those things all add up to a fat price, or a fatter price. You have to, from an Atletico point of view, set the stall out and go, guy's got a release clause. If you want him, you pay the release clause. That's all you got to do. From their side. From United's side, you've got to go and try and plead reality to them. Is he worth 3 times Bruno Fernandes? Get your fucking head out your ass. No, he's not. Is he worth 3 times Thomas Partey? No, he's not. Now, given the options, personally, I'd love to see Saul in a United shirt. I know I'm not it's not the first time you're hearing that from me, I don't think. But if that was a situation, it's 50. Like, if they just go, look, you got to pay the release clause, or just sling it. We're not here to talk. Release clause, or go fuck yourself. Well, then I go, right, well, I'll take Thomas Partey then. Because he's still a fucking top draw player. And he still improves Manchester United. I just think for what we want, I love the quality on the ball that Saul gives us. I think he's absolutely fucking mint. And I'd love to see him. Suman saying Saul has the same agent as Grealish. Oh. On that. There's a fucking pigeon on my roof. You hear that? Is that getting picked up by the mic? Swap Paul Pogba for Saul. Why not? I'd do that. Does Saul even want to come to us, though? No idea. In all of the things that we're talking about, not a fucking clue, to be honest. Andre says, forget about Saul, it's too unreal. Saul and Sandro, that's around 180 million, that's all right. I think that'd be all right. Jesus Christ, how good would that be? Steve says, most vulnerable to COVID-19 are the older folk. Don't worry about suicide. I'm not. Do you know what? I won't support that message. He can go fuck himself, but I wouldn't wish fucking illness or death on the guy. Thomas is being heavily linked to Arsenal. Arsenal could fuck that up easily. Saul isn't Prem proven. Grealish is. What does that mean? Fucking Bruno Fernandes wasn't Prem proven 2 months ago. Pretty fucking good to me. Ronan says, hey Atletico, we got this gem of a Chilean, a Brazilian Belgian hybrid, and at least 3 Englishmen with your name on them. Could you imagine we honey-dicked them? We're like, hey, they're all Man United players, so you know they're good. One of them's been dead good at the Copa America as well. No, not Phil Jones. Oh, mate, if we could offload them, and let's just say them, because we all know who the fuck we mean, and bring in, that's the shift in the squad. I did a podcast today with Devils, and I was talking about the differences in squad. If I said to you lot, go and pick the City team, go and pick the Liverpool team, you'd very likely get 8 or 9 out of 10. Maybe even, out of 11. Maybe even 10 out of 11. If I said to you, go and pick the United team week to week, you probably get 7. A few of them might be a guess. You might get 8 if you got lucky. Very difficult to find the 11 because United don't have, when I'm fit, I play sort of players all over the pitch. That's what we need to change. That is what we need to change. Ben says, thoughts on Chelsea maybe getting Coutinho and Barca focusing on Sancho. I don't think the Spanish clubs have got any cash at all. Even if they sell Coutinho, I don't think that's going to be a thing. If Delot goes, does that mean Laird's going to get opportunities? You would hope so. Sell Smalling, Jones and Rojo and get Upamecano. Those maths sort of make sense, don't they? Heard news about UEFA using coefficient data to qualify for next year's Champions League. If that's the case, I'm pretty fucking sure we're in it. I'm sure we're like 4th, at least in the UK teams. If we sell Delo, who should we go after? No one. We've got Ethan Laird. Don't worry about it. Let's just chill. Sancho, Grealish, Bellingham, Partey, good enough to challenge for the next season, says Sashank. You've got to remember settling in period. It's real, right? It doesn't happen for every player, but it can happen for... Look at Fred, right? You have to allow people to settle in before you really see what's going out there. Thoughts on the kits? I'd rather not, because I'm going to be eating in a minute. You have to allow people to settle in. You have to think that they're going to hit their peak after they've been there a while. A very interesting book I've been reading. In a moment, changing the conversation. Part 2. Part 1 was fucking top. Part 2, top. Loads of data, loads of stats, which I fucking love. Couple of graphs in there. One showing the relative experience of playing in the championship versus how many points that relates to in the championship, and the map is spread out like a mad woman's shit, right? There is no correlation to how much experience your team has in a championship versus how many points that you get. And when you start extrapolating that across like Champions League and things like that, you see the same graph. Well interesting, because I would have thought, if you'd have asked me prior to reading it, I'd have gone like, nah, I think being in the championship is one of those places where experience plays out, and it doesn't. But there's a couple of interesting ones about the performance of teams that tweak. So you saw Liverpool coming into this season. Did they have a massive overhaul, or did they tweak? They tweaked. There wasn't an enormous shift of... did you know... The average record-breaking... In fact, let's play a game, right? Let's play a little game. I'll give you like a minute. Comment what percentage of available minutes in a season you think the average club record signing makes in their first season. Do you think it's 10% of available minutes? Do you think it's a 100% of available minutes? So that would be that they play every game, yeah? 50% would be that they play 90 minutes for half of the available games. Obviously 10% would mean that they play like fucking 6 games. Give me your percentage of what percentage the average record transfer plays at every club the season after they've been bought. So let's say we signed Paul Pogba. How much did you expect him to play? Because people well over egg how much they think this is. Steve says 80, Sataban says 30, Breen says 59, 65, 70, 75, 30, 60, 52, 30, 62, 55, 91, 71.6. Okay. It's 55%, right? It's a 55.6%, or 56% if you want to round it up. I thought it'd be well more than that. Well more than that. Do you know the number of record signings that play less than, is it 10 minutes? 15 minutes a game? Across the whole season? It's 20%. What the fuck? 1 in 5 record signings plays less than 20%. What the fuck is all that about? Isn't that interesting? This is a fucking good book. It's not really done like a novel. It's more of like a collection of articles, like one-page articles. Fucking absolutely mint. Absolutely fucking turbo double mint. Definitely recommend that. I've ordered part 3 because it's good. We haven't finished on fucking Graeme fucking Souness. Right, we've got one more to talk about before we fuck off. Is Ethan Laird turbo mint? No, he's double mint. Got one more to talk about, and it's a new one. What? Joao Felix? What? Right. Let's fucking expose this myth. Manchester United have reportedly held talks with Jorge Mendes over a possible £110 million for Atletico Madrid's Joao Felix. Right? No, we fucking haven't. Do you know what? And even if we have, no, we haven't. Bleacher Report and the Daily Star claim that United do admire him, having scouted him rigorously During his Benfica days, they're highly unlikely to make a move to sign him this summer. Reports gathered pace on Tuesday when AS reported that his agent, Jorge Mendes, was trying to facilitate a transfer amid claims that a deal could go through for a knockdown fee of £72.9 million. Honestly, why would you spend £72 million on some little fucker to watch Mason Greenwood tear it up from the bench? Why would we do that? What a load of bollocks. We might have just seen the return of bullshit bingo! Can't shout too loud, baby's in bed. Do you know what? Whichever editor looked at that and went, yeah, print it. Needs fucking slapping. I was trying to think of a weapon to slap him with then. Just slap him. No, we're not. We are not in for Joao Felix. What a load of utter bollocks. Why are we being linked with players 12 months after their move to their current clubs where it's failed? De Ligt, Felix, someone else as well that I can't think off the top of my head. Jovic. Why are all these fucking players being linked with a move to Manchester United? What makes you think that we're going to take any old shit that it's not worked out anywhere? We don't do that no more. We take the best players. It's kind of our thing. It's what we do. Fuck's sake. 2 tears in a bucket says he's born to win games. You know nothing about him, obviously. Right. So why isn't he winning fucking games then if he was born to do it? Why is Mason Greenwood making him look like a fucking B-Tech George King-Cladsey? Ronan, suppose the 23s probably need a new striker. Nicky Butt's on a mad one. Maybe that. Slap him with a rolled up Metro. Steve says to boost the price. I bet he doesn't even move. When they spent like 120 million euros on him, but fucking 9 months ago or some shit. He ain't moving. He's not fucking moving. No one's buying him. Haaland, yeah, Haaland. Well, Haaland hadn't failed. Is there anyone out there going like, Dortmund have bought a dud, didn't they? Fucking hell. How many has he scored? Yeah, shite. What the fuck? Oh, you wasn't on about him. Who was you on about then? I need a shave. Oh, mate, do I? Fucking do I? And look at this up here. That's not normal. Oh, no, a lot on the neck. Mate, I need a fucking hairdo. Look at this. Honestly. I've not had an haircut for nearly 6 weeks now. I don't know. This is the longest I've gone in probably a decade without an haircut. I need an haircut badly. How many signings do I think we'll make? I don't know. It obviously depends on the value of them. If you sign Saul and Sancho, that might be it, realistically. If you go with the 30, 40, 50 million sort of ones, might not be. Hey, do us a favour. I'm going to pause for 5 seconds. I'm going to shut the fuck up. I'm going to stare you out. Like the video. I'm just going to sit here like that. You liked it yet? Go like it. I'm not talking to you. Like the video. Serious. Connor says, shave your head, lad. I'm gonna, to be honest. But we're trying to get to 1,500 Patreons. We are 10 off 1,300. So, get over there. Link is in the description. See what you get in the Patreon group. There's loads of them. Patrons, if you're a Patreon, give me a hand emoji in the comments right now. And you'll see how many there are. And how many love it and all the rest of it. Patrons, show yourself in the comments and tell people why they should fucking join. We do get some inside info on there. Why am I anti-Kane? Oh, because he's going to cost 200 million, mainly. How much is it? It's not even £1 a week. It's just less than £1 a week, I think. It's $5, which is £4, which over a year is just not £1 a week, is it? For £1 a week, you get loads of extra stuff, a bit of extra content. You got all the different sort of. We've got a Facebook group, we've got a Discord chat. There's discount in the Paddock store that you can get for it as well, which instantly gets you your money back anyway. But it keeps us fucking going. And if we get to 1,500, we should be all right, to be honest. If we get in there, look at this. Look at how many hands there are in the comments. That's fucking awesome. Absolute legendary, the lot of you. So if you want to be in the mixer, read some of these comments here from the live chat if you're watching this afterwards and see how many people are in the mix. Any news on getting Romano on? We spoke to him, so, you know, it'll happen. The vlogs on Patreon are funny. Yeah, if you've not seen some of the vlog. In fact, how many people in here have seen the last vlog that we did? Because the last vlog is from is from the LASK game, of which I can't remember any of the goals. I only remember the Igalo goal because I've seen it afterwards, but I don't actually remember watching it live. We went to the Fitzroy afterwards, and well, we were fucking smashed. But we managed to vlog going out and playing snooker with some old geezers, with a lot of us. So there you go. Cheers to everyone who's just joined. Cheers to everyone for watching. Give the video a like. Make sure to subscribe. And do you know what? Just go and click the link in below, the Patreon link, and just have a read of it and see if it's for you. If we get to 1,500 during lockdown, I will shave my head on air. Simple as. And I'll look a right dick for about 2 months because of it. So there you go. Right. Thank you guys for tuning in. Like I said, make sure to go and check it out. I will see you guys in the next one. What's tomorrow? Don't know what we've got tomorrow. Wait and see. See you in a bit.